After 170 days of protest and demands, activists calling for the rescue of the Chibok schoolgirls have taken their campaign to some embassies and consulate offices in Nigeria, led by one of the conveners, Dr. Obi Ezekosili. The campaigners visited the Niger, Chinese and United States embassies to find out what support their countries are offering Nigeria in the efforts to release the girls. They said their call at these embassies is to alert them of their interest and requests for subsequent visits.
It's another day of protest march for campaigners calling for the rescue of the abducted schoolgirls. Just back from their board protest to the presidential villa, the group also took to the streets sharing flyers and adorning trees with red ribbons in solidarity with the Chibok girls. Not even the rains could deter them.
The lives of the Chibok girls have been altered forever. That we want them back so that we can rehabilitate them. They are our children and we would never deny them. What are we demanding? Bring back our girls now and alive.
From the British High Commission, they continued with the protest to the Chadian embassy. Key officials of the group gave highlights of the meetings with the ambassadors.
We had raised concerns about the status of the rescue operation, yielded or not yielded results. They briefed us on the
70 days of campaign for the release of over 200 schoolgirls abducted 185 days ago and counting. What do they want now? Results, they say.
Results from the rescue operation. What do we want? Results from the rescue operation. When shall we stop? Not until our girls are back and alive.
This work by the Bring Back Our Girls campaign group is to embassies in Abuja to find out the extent of support from their countries in the rescue of the schoolgirls.
We received a letter just recently and the ambassador is not available, but if you would like to speak with him, then you could schedule an appointment and we'll be happy to go through the process of scheduling that appointment. We thank you, we hear you, and we welcome you here today.
We would want to have that meeting with the ambassador. We of course note the fact that the National Security Advisor to President Obama released a statement recently in support of our Chibok girls and basically reiterating the support of the United States to our country. We welcome that. We are, however, anxious for results.
From the American embassy, they proceeded to the embassy of the Republic of Niger and then to the Chinese embassy. They are not interested in meetings or discussions now, they say, but only to alert these embassies that they are interested in results and future consultations towards the release of the abducted girls.
The support that has been offered has been many months now. There's not yet the result of the rescue of our Chibok girls. We will come back because we want to be able to get the information on how far your support to our government has gone in order to rescue our girls. What do we want? Results from the rescue operation.
The walk and visits to embassies continue tomorrow and will culminate in special Jumat prayers by Muslims on Friday and on Sunday by Christians. The campaign group says that 6 months is too long a time for young girls to be in the hands of militants, and every possible option must be explored to rescue them. Omelogo Nadi, Channels Television News.
Well, back here in Lagos, the coroner office has visited the collapsed guest house of the Synagogue Church of All Nations in Ikotun, Lagos State. The visit is part of efforts at finding the cause of the September 12th incident, which killed about 115 people. The inquest, presided over by the coroner magistrate Oyetade Komolafe, was instituted by the Lagos State government under the Lagos State Coroner's System Law on number 7 of 2007. Magistrate Komolafe said the purpose of the visit was to get a physical view of where the collapse occurred in order to assist the inquest in reaching its findings.
It's already resolved, sir.
Good.
Thank you.
So that CSO, please ensure that you attend to that letter submitted to you so that the pathologists can do their own work. And whatever things we are going to do, we will now be doing that when we get back to the court. We only allow the SAN to be here because it was also agreed on the first day. But we will all be in the court now to conclude the session for the day.
Well, there's been one strike too many in the Nigerian health sector. Another seems to be looming as members of various health workers' unions are threatening to down tools if their demands are ignored any further. Top on their demands is the implementation of the agreement reached with the federal government in 2012, which include extension of the retirement age of medical personnel. While some states such as Oyo and the Federal Capital Territory have fully commenced industrial actions, others seem to be gearing up for the strike.
Health workers in some states of the Federation have made good their threat to shut down the sector if their demands to be accorded due attention as their medical doctor counterparts are not met. In Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, some of the health workers are seen loitering, while others register their dissatisfaction by chanting solidarity songs. Some officials of the workers' union give reasons why the strike is necessary.
We've waited enough for all these problems to be solved, but it seems they are just taking us for granted. So maybe when this strike will start, we don't know when it will end. It's only that the patient that will suffer. And that is what we've been trying to avoid.
We've been on adjustments of our salaries since January. It took the medical practitioners only 3 days for government to approve theirs. And we have been on it for over 1 year, almost a year. And it is yet to be acceded to. The medical practitioners went on strike for 6 weeks, shut down the whole hospital. People died. Yet, nothing happened. But we have always been preventing this to happen. But government does not seem to want to listen.
The story seems to be the same in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, where health workers have suspended operations, threatening not to resume until all their demands are settled.
The 5-point agreement that was signed in May 2012, remained unimplemented till today. In 2012, on 10th of May 2012, agreement was reached on 5 issues, jointly signed between federal government and the unions. Up to the time we are talking, those 5 agreements are yet to be fully implemented. These include promotion of our qualified members to the post of directors in the federal and in the Federal Ministry of Health and Parasitas, having spent 4 to 15 years on the grade of assistant director or deputy director. Extension of retirement age from 60 to 65 years and 70 years for non-consultants and consultants respectively. And the constitution of management boards of hospitals to reflect good presence of other healthcare professionals rather than the present situation where medical practitioners dominate each board with close to 10 members out of 13.
Meanwhile, in Imo State, the chairman of the Medical and Health Workers Association, Mr. Francis Ehenacho, has said the state will not join in the ongoing strike as the directive did not come from the national body of the Joint Health Sector Union.
I have called those in FMC, I've called those in all the whole institutions. Even I had a meeting now with those in IMSUT, teaching hospital. Local government that have been calling me, I told them the directive to proceed on strike must come from our national body. But for now, such directive is not available, and therefore they should remain in their workplace. And I have equally told them that any of them that tries to join is on his own. The union will not come to his rescue if anything happens to him.
Similarly, in Edo State, all seem well with the health workers as work continues seamlessly. Efforts, however, to speak with any of them proved abortive. We caught up with the chairman of the Nigerian Medical Association Benin branch, who picked holes in the actions of the striking workers.
The law setting up hospitals in this country is very clear, particularly teaching hospitals. It recognizes the highest professional who is a professor of medicine and a consultant of more than 10 years. Only those people are allowed to contest and head tertiary hospitals.
As the momentum builds, the effect of the strike, if not curtailed quickly, will definitely impact negatively on the citizens, which is why a quick intervention is desirable.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Bankers Committee moved to make credit facilities available for SMEs. That's some business news. Join us again.